How's it going, everybody? That's Woody Gunther playing in the background. It's been a pretty busy day yesterday, but we got a lot done. Been pretty fun, too. We'll let Woody play through that quick as we go on, I suppose. The other day we picked up a few books from Ollie's to take on down to the library. We also went ahead and got the shopping done we need to get done. Got some cleaning done, which I'm about to have to get back to here around here in a minute. Still working on uploading those shorts. The new phone, while it has a beautiful new camera, and it's high end, like digital-wise, unfortunately, I don't know how to get it to let me upload to YouTube via just picture-in-picture. And I tried doing it in a short video, but it didn't quite work. So I'm gonna keep playing with that and figure it out. Worst come to worst, I'll take it to the laptop and upload it that way. I was the handy masculine man and put together a lovely new cat tree for our kids. They're loving it right now. Older ones more than the little ones, but they'll come around. Let's see. Got me not one, not two, but 3 new pairs of shoes. A high-end pair of house shoes, a decent pair of walking around shoes that are just slip-on, and then the ones I'm currently going to be wearing and breaking in, my basically city boots, or trails that are trails boots. I like Woody Gunther, and to my knowledge, most of his stuff's in public domain. Because here's the thing, y'all, when you take on bullies and they got nothing else, they'll start trying to nitpick anything they can. So legally I'm trying to play to cover my butt game too. And that's why the royalty-free music. Plus, who doesn't enjoy listening to a man from a time when the last time fascists cropped up? 1930s. This one's from 10 years ago from the Woody Gunther Topic channel. And yeah, y'all, don't make a mistake on it. Fascists will always lose. It always crops up when capitalism starts to fail and fall. And they always preach the same thing. Oh, it's them, it's those. Give me your money, and those people are the ones that are the bad ones. Go get them. And guess what? At the end of the day, the fascists always run. Because when you deal with a bully, it's like dealing with a fascist. Look them in the eye and say, okay, you really want it that way? Come fucking take it then. And they always fold. Because they always will. All it takes is standing up, folks. Let's see. We got some news to cover too. I've been reading up on topics, and there's some fun, some not so fun. Got a little bit of a puffy piece for the end that's kind of cute. And as soon as I can actually get the damn pictures uploaded, y'all gonna get several fun little hair doodad videos. And we'll have several pictures at least, of the cats and whatnot frolicking around. Plus, I think it's time for Martina to make her YouTube debut. And as soon as I can figure out how to get That Was the Biggest Thing Man Has Ever Done by Woody Gunther. Next one up is In the Sweet By and By, Preacher and the Slave by Pete Seeger. I feel he's probably also royalty. I feel like almost all the, and it might end up being my downfall, I feel like most of the black and white era singers are probably royalty free at this point. I don't know, hopefully. Either way, it's in the spirit of what they do, so I feel like we're safe. And it's not like I'm, let's see. Trying to think of what else has been going on, like, locally. Oh yeah, for the channel. I'd like to do man on the street things, but I don't want to be like a gotcha farmer, so that's not the goal. It'll be more street epistemology style things. Like we bring up a topic, we talk about it a bit. If we All I ask is you cite your sources, we talk, and I'll do the same. We got Google in both our pockets, so we'll see what we can do. I'm debating on doing that today. It depends on how much cleaning I get done beforehand. But sorry, I like the old songs. They're a bit distracting. That's why I typically pick like news stories, because I can easily tune them out as I talk. But as I was saying, we're going to try to do more man on the street, just not really gotcha farming, more of talking to the folks around us, finding common ground, trying to work together where we can. Now, I don't know when we're going to get on that one, because right now my big goal is finding fun masks and things like that. That way when I interview people, because I think the biggest turnaway for people is, well, the Groypers and the Nazis and all the cunts keep moving in groups, trying to get people mass fired, trying to get people in trouble. I mean, even my sources, like the couple people that I know that are on city councils and whatnot, even they're like, well, dude, I want to talk and I want to talk about it, but we can't really talk about stuff like that because my name's on it and not on it. You know, it's like, I get it. It's scary times, y'all. I mean, let's not forget, 2 black individuals were lynched in Mississippi. A white supremacist fascist piece of shit died, and the right's immediate, before knowing who did it, their immediate response was to send bomb threats and threaten historic. So again, dangerous times. I fully understand folks being cautious, which is why I want it. Children, you'll behave. Oh, that's a Benny. Benny, don't itch that spot, please. He was making an odd noise. But that's where we got to work together, folks. And part of that working together is being brave enough to stand against the bullies together. I think the best step to that is simply put, treating them like any bully. When they say they're going to hurt you, look them dead in the eye. Okay, try me. Because it is better to fight and die a man than to run and hide. Because look at all the people that have capitulated to the fascist assholes. How Disney doing right now? If you capitulate before you absolutely have to, yeah, you look weak, and they're not going to love you. The fascists will never love anything because their policy's built on hatred of the other. I mean, it's why, look how quick they turn on Nick Fuentes the moment he's not useful. Look how quickly they turn on each other the moment they're no longer of use to their particular leader. That's why I say, y'all, we cannot be like our enemies. We must be better than them. So we must work together. That's the cause of common good, folks. That's what we're all about, I'd hope. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm hoping that I have the time to actually do the whole street interview thing. Because David's going into town to get his hair cut today, and I might ride along. I got some cash that's just folding money in my pocket. Maybe I'll go check out the bike shop, see what they got for helmet cameras. Say the big scary word with me. The helmet cameras. There we go. Because the problem with the bike shop in town, I'm very eager to buy their merchandise because I love supporting local business, but being that it's a very specialized niche thing, y'all, they want $200 for a little bitty thing that I can make in the backyard with a couple old tires and a couple boxes. I get it, but I'm also, you know, I'm not a rube, I'm not a tourist. if I'm spending that much on it, it better have like a lifetime warranty kind of thing. But however it works out, we'll keep the channel growing. We got dinner tonight. It's gonna be fun. Had dinner at Cracker Barrel last night, and I guess that's what I'll start on because it's a sort of fun, lighthearted topic of the day to start. Cracker Barrel has not changed, y'all. Speaking to some of the workers there, I don't even fully understand what everyone is freaking the fuck out about, because I mean, maybe the sign would have changed, the menu got simplified, but for the record, give me just a moment. That's a good song, but we'll focus on that one later. But yeah, y'all, the menus got streamlined. It's no longer going to be they hand you a frickin' book, and because you can still order whatever you want from breakfast or whatever. They're just streamlining the menu. So now you have a lunch menu, a dinner menu, and a breakfast menu. And like it says on each of the menus, you can order off the menu as long as it's something like if you have the app. If you know what you're ordering, they'll make it. They're just, you know, streamlining. Decor was the exact same. Knick-knack shop the exact same. Still full of the tourist trappy little knick-knack things you don't need, but ooh, boy, do you want. I mean, they didn't have any actual change signage at the one we went to because, you know, that was an experiment for one Cracker Barrel. Because my original thought was, hey, y'all, since we know each other here, I was hoping maybe I could get a picture with a couple of y'all with the sign, maybe do an actual interview with one of the management. They were a little too busy for that, understandable. But it's like, they didn't even have, like, the signage, because their location here in Cartersville, they never got the signage. They weren't getting the update yet. I'm just saying, y'all, when the conservatives freak out, it's usually over nothing. By the way, ICE is still rounding people up, whole families, small children, leaving people American citizens sometimes even, because how do you prove your citizenship if you don't ever see a day in court? That's going on, and people are freaking out over a Cracker Barrel. I'm just saying, priorities, folks, priorities. We got some other bad news, but splice in some good news. When I went to Ollie's, I picked up quite a few gardening books on sale. We'll be dropping them at the library. And for any of my haters who are watching, trying to say, oh, well, you're going to get the ticket. Y'all, when I donate an Ollie's book, I'm getting, like, if I did the paperwork, which I'm not going to frickin' do because that's an asinine amount of paperwork for pennies. But if I were to do the paperwork, I would be getting $3 per book donation. Now take that $3 and cut it down a bit because, you know, it's a donation. You don't get any money from your donations until you donate, like, not a tax expert here, but I believe it's in the hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands. So unless you're donating a lot, you're not going to get shit from that book donation. So I just don't bother because it's a lot of paperwork for nothing. And while it shouldn't cost the library anything, I feel like somehow, especially in this nitpicky organization we have, it's going to cost the library something. So it's just easier to just give it, you know. The biggest challenge capitalism will ever face is a kind-hearted person who's willing to give away what they no longer require. Not sell it, not give it a price that, no, just, hey, I don't need this. Do you want this? Cool, it's yours. That's the downfall of capitalism. Love. Much like the downfall of pure evil is love. Simple. But we'll be trying to do some more man-on-the-street style interviews once I can get the epistemology side of it correctly. That's more or less what I'm going to be trying to do with it, y'all, is in real time break cultist mind thinking, and also, as many extreme lefties suggest, self-critiquing. Putting my ideas to the pavement, so to speak. Talking to folks, real folks. But like I said, still working on names, still working on how to do it in a ethical way, where I'm not just, again, taking advantage of my fellow Cartesians or fellows around me. Because again, y'all, that's what got the fascist killed, was he was a shitheel. He didn't care about the people he interviewed, he didn't care about the topic that he was arguing, he just was a shitheel. Either way. Let's listen to this while I compile my quick notes right quick and see what we on. And I get a swig of coffee.
Reports from his lackeys, Neil said, isn't this great? We'll attack our enemies and we'll retaliate. Yes, and report the fascist and a cunning liar too. Up round trip with a swastika draped in red, white, and blue. And reports from his workers, and he said, dare not strike. You must be patriotic and take on my third right. Yes, and report the fascist man, he had not a care about the dying soldiers that made him a billionaire.
Isn't that a common thread with them? Speaking of fascists, and this one I'm not calling an official fascist, he is a eugenicist though. RFK Jr., the broken-ass speaking spell our dumbass country has put in charge of health. Does it surprise you to know that this dumbass has refused the WHO? That's not the fun band, that's the World Health Organization. Why has he refused the World Health Organization, my friends? Well, let me tell you. He has refused the World Health Organization's health standards on, and I'm quoting him here, their love of autism and their gender ideology. Y'all, autistic people exist. It's a spectrum. Much like gender, it's a spectrum. And they will always exist. You can't kill them all. You can't breed them out. You can't get rid of them. Autistic people are people. You need to sit with that for a minute, America. And you need to get used to. Because despite what our broken and pathetic country is saying about the autistic community, it is not true. Do you like color? Do you like artwork? Thank a fucking autistic person. Do you like Wi-Fi? Do you like the internet? Thank a gay person. Thank someone that these fascist fucks try to get rid of. Because you want to know what these fascists are about? Stealing. That's why they're colonizers. That's why they're shit. Because they don't have anything of their own. Name me a fascist piece of literature. Name me one. Go ahead. Impossible challenge. Say it in the comments if you got one. And when you get it, if you can find one, I challenge you. Read any form of the art that they were stealing from. Because again, fascists don't make art. They just steal art. That's why I spit nothing but venom for them, and I'm sorry, I won't stop that, because you want to know what being anti-fascist makes you, friends? Analyze the words there. An anti-fascist. That's just a fascist and a coward. Don't. At the very least, if you must be a fascist, don't be a coward. Stand by it. So I know who you are. By the way, another fun news, the whites-only community that was built out in the Ozarks, they're about to have to disband because their little society cut off from the main side and being ignored by their savior Trump, who they thought was going to fund a shit ton of their stuff, it's dying. They're dying in their own shit, friends, and while I tell you, feel bad for them, as you should, because we're human, this is what they want for you. This is what they want for your children. Broken sewage lines. that they want you to point at the immigrant and say, there's the one who did it. When in truth, if you want to know who destroyed your country, you need to look at Disney Plus. You need to look at Netflix. You need to look at Hulu, Disney Plus, Netflix, extravaganza. How everything's tied together by the richest people in the world. And by that, don't get it twisted. I'm not talking, those people. I'm not a fascist like them. I'm telling you, look at the richest people. Jeffrey Bezos, Elon Musk. The same people that buddy up to Trump. The same realtors. Pay attention. They give away their hands. Like I said, stand strong together, brothers and sisters. We will see the dawn, because fascism will inevitably collapse under its own weight. It always, always does. For the record, the song switch. This is currently All the King's Soldiers, original by Seth Station Watkins. He's got 41,000 views, so I'm assuming I didn't need to tell you about him, but check him out. He also, from what I understand, doesn't care about us using him in the background. Moving from the harsher news to the people's fighting, and by that I cannot support them because of the state of the country, but I will say, I'm never going to be against a person looking for shelter. And so far, while I do not agree with the stolen air conditioners, that's a little, but in DeKalb County currently, the unhoused and otherwise thrown aside people of our society, the ones who we condemn for not being able to fit in with our society while not giving them any safety nets, those people, they have been breaking into corporately owned rental properties. I'm talking Blackstone, I'm talking BlackRock, I'm talking not Grandma and Grandpa trying to make money renting out their old property. I'm talking the corporations that bought your grandma's dead property at pennies on the dollar and are now trying to rent it out as if it was the hottest place in town. Those folks. Well, the unhoused are deciding if you won't make housing affordable, we'll just take what housing's here and unused. And of course, capitalists are pissed. They're destroying doorways. There's refuse in the streets. You mean like there's refuse in the streets all the time because you don't hire people to clean up the streets and you only have the prison people do it about once a month? That refuse in the streets? Oh, broken front doors. You mean like how ICE breaks down random doors? And of course, the police do it occasionally too when they have reason or suspicion or feeling kicky that day. But yeah, the unhoused are kicking down locked doors. Deadbolts will fix that, though, according to the neighborhoods. It won't. Deadbolts won't stop a desperate person in the winter saving themselves from freezing to death. You can't gently price out survival. People will fight. Because, surprisingly, yeah, you can line them up. You can get them to, fuck that other group. They smell funny. Fuck them. They look different. Fuck them. They have weird customs. But when it comes time to, okay, now I need you to step into this thing and it's going to smush you. What? I need you to step into this machine and it's going to squish you. And then we're going to take the chowder that's made out of you and feed it to our dogs. Okay? It'll really help the cause. Wait, what? No, wait. You want me? No. Others, maybe. If they look different and smell fun, maybe if they're different, yeah. But me, no, man. No, we need a different fix. We need to talk about America's mental health problems, y'all. I mean, it's surely not the guns, it's the mental problems, right? See what they do? But yeah, in DeKalb County, the unhoused are breaking into corporately owned rental properties. Lower the price of housing. Make it to where you can rent to these folks that are clearly busting in to get to these houses. I mean, the realtor market be busting down there, eh? I don't know, y'all. I'm trying to make a joke of truly terrible times. Because again, y'all, simply put, if your property won't sell, honey pie, it's time to sell it for the price it'll sell for, or go live in it. Because if these corporations were renting these properties out, I guarantee you the unhoused wouldn't be busting down the door to someone's home. Because they haven't been. Like I said, y'all, be awake, be aware. And again, I cannot condone it. Don't destroy property. That is vandalism. That is a crime. Crime, bad crime. All that, bad crime. But, again, don't die, folks. Don't die. First rule. Don't die. We're going to skip that song due to what's going on. I love Bella Ciao, folks, but right now the most recent shooter, who I'm not going to cover it too much because I haven't got enough to cover it on, but I will say it's kind of sussy that the ICE shooter who shot at ICE agents to kill ICE agents didn't kill a single ICE agent and killed 2 migrants, from what I've read so far. Again, this is still fresh blood on the pavement for me, so don't know everything going on, but the fuck? Either way, another right-winger went crazy and killed some folks, so... Also, apparently, he wrote anti-ICE things on the bullet casings with Sharpie. Y'all, I'm not going to call false flag. I'm not going to say, oh, this is definitely the police or some other... Nah, I'm not going to say that, because I don't know. This could just be a dipshit who put Sharpie on fucking bullet casings. I don't know. Again, I don't have all the reports in yet. As I get more information, I will give y'all information. I'm going purely from vibes and what I've seen and what little reports have been reported. He supposedly wrote, like, fuck ICE or something like that on the bullet casings in Sharpie, and then shot the ICE van, killed 2 migrant people, don't have names, don't know if I'll get names, but I'm also not going to reveal the shooter's name, because fuck him. But took out 2 migrants and then shot himself in the head. And the right wing is trying to hold this up as reasons for the left needing to be quiet about calling out fascists and calling for peace, because he was shooting at the ICE officers. Not a single, and I do mean it, go back and look at the report so far. Not a single, but let's talk about the migrant people's families. Not, oh, we took these people who were otherwise just living and working and only crime being committed was being brown while being in the United States, and we put them in a van. And then this fucking crazy right-wing shooter shot him like fish in a barrel before taking himself out. Y'all, that's all I've got right now, but that's a fucking mess. That's a fucking mess. Be good to each other out there, y'all. Take care of each other. Be safe and check in on your neighbors. Hopefully, if the folks at dinner don't mind having some pictures taken tonight, we'll get a few fun photos, and that'll go into the getting it uploaded to shorts after dinner. Hopefully, this will become a common trend after we get David a vehicle. Because I would love to go visit with people, but Georgia's set up with miles and miles in between, and I can't go out and be a budding social flower if my friend's stuck in the house, you know? So like I said, take care of each other, stick together, work together. And remember, as times get harder, do not chop at your own face. We need to take care of each other in these trying and difficult times, because the fascists depend on you hating your neighbor. The fascists depend on you hating your friends. Because if you hate your neighbors and friends, who are you going to lean on when the disaster hits? And the disasters, folks, they are coming. There's a hurricane right now cooking around in the, off of the, 1 minute. I want to say off the east coast of Florida. It's not, it doesn't look like she's going to hit the Gulf, and that's good for Louisiana, Mississippi, and where I'm sitting at. But she's about to take a nice scalding cut up the east coast, and that's definitely not good for anyone off the east coast. Y'all get to know your neighbors. Right now needs to be the time when everyone's checking in and we're getting like lists. Everyone needs to be accounted for when the disaster passes so we know who's not here and who is here. Yes, be very paranoid of your government right now. The U.S. is not a safe place. But when it comes to disaster, y'all, hurricanes don't give a shit what flag you have, what side you're on, the color of your skin. Storms don't give a single tiddly fuck. So neither can we. We have to work together in these storm seasons coming up. And honestly, who knows? Maybe if we work together through the storm season, we might find ways to find middle ground for the non-storm seasons. Strange bedfellows and all, you know? Who knows? But like I said, above all else, stay awake, stay aware, stay cautious, stay alive. Let's see. We got JFK Jr. ain't going after the Who's thing. He's very eugenics-coated. Trump made a mockery of himself at the UN. I don't really care to cover that, because so many people have already covered it so much better than me. The dry well and all. Go check out the Majority Report. Go check out... hell, I think the Surf Times even covered it. It was embarrassing for all of us, folks. All Americans should rightfully be embarrassed at what our dumb, fashy, foppy dipshit said, but I know most of you won't, so just go check it out and either way. China's on sale sale as in sailing ship, I don't know. They're on their way to basically make their Paris Climate Accord agreement while the U.S. is sailing back as far as we can possibly. We really are cratering. We're showing the world that we are the least trustworthy nation that you could ever get involved with. We truly are the Nigerian Prince scam of nations. We're set to not even come close to meeting our Paris Climate Accord agreement because, thanks to the newest administration, we have completely dropped out. China has gone from the world's biggest polluter to now arguably being one of its saviors. That makes me a little upset to say, but you know what? I can be angry. I can't fight the facts. China is doing way more for our planet than we are. And if that upsets you, well, good. Do something about it. Let's start changing the world around us. And for the record, I'm not calling for violent direct action. I am calling for direct action. Pick up litter. Take garbage that you can take and recycle it. Perhaps give making fuel a try if you feel confident in your skills. If your government refuses to go green in spite of them then. Like I said, y'all, nature don't care. But whatever you do, as I'm going to say, and as I always try to say, do it safely, do it mindfully, and do it with the knowledge that thanks to the stupidest amongst us, we are fighting in a country that is vehemently opposed to positive change. So find a way to sell it as if you're selling it to a particularly greedy Ferengi. For the record, I'm making a direct reference to the Star Trek greedy space aliens, who arguably, if you watch Deep Space Nine, would say that they aren't nearly as greedy as humans, or humans. Also, for any dudes out there who describe ladies as female in any way other than the purely scientific sense, meaning you're talking about like baboons or other animals and the female and male in dichotomy, then I'll accept a female. Otherwise, if you're just a dude talking about a lady that you spoke to and you refer to her as a female, understand you turn into a Ferengi for at least a few minutes in my presence. I mean, lobes and all. It's like you sat in a chair for hours, friend. Like I said, it's bad look, fellas. The only time we should be saying female is when we're saying it in the purely clinical sense. Otherwise, ladies, women in our lives, aunties, mothers, sisters, There are lots of ways to address a lady without being females. Because the other side of that is the, oh, I'm trying to be posh and sciencey, and it's like, yeah, but you're not. Yeah, but you're coming off as someone who's only read the science textbooks for biology and only read the biology textbooks for the particular sections with mammaries and uterusi. It's when you say it like that and you try to, oh, but I'm just scientific. Now you're coming off like a bit of a dick friend. Yeah. Either way, consensus isn't a bad thing. Science should have meaning. And I think that's about all the crap we talked about. Cracker Barrel, talked about RFK being a crazy conspiracy nut that's about to kill our entire country, starting with the children. Talked about Grandpa's Day of... Oh, I got one other kind of puffy piece that's kind of fun. And it speaks about the national park, so... Remember how I was asking if Chuck Norris is still alive? Hey, the internet heard me, because Google told me through The Entertainer. That sounds like a fake-ass website, but, you know, I checked it out. It's got pictures of the fellow on it. Apparently, Chuck Norris was... 1 minute, let me check on my notes. I'm not doing a bit here. I actually wrote down friggin' notes on a pad. Also, let me go ahead and make a few picks while I'm at it. I don't know where that went or what I just got. Got enough to make sticks though, so. I hate how this controller tries to assume that as it tilts on my leg, I want it to tilt. Okay. Now, for my notes. JFK Jr. Yeah, I talked about Decatur. That, for the record, on the homeless, that was from WSB-TV Channel 2, the website. Okay, puff piece. 85-year-old Chuck Norris and his wife of 27 years had a fun day out hiking at Lesson Peak. It is the north... Okay. He visited the Lassen Peak in the northern states. Lassen Peak and Mount Volcan is a mountain/volcano in a volcanic park. Damaged in the 2021 Dixie wildfire, the park has reportedly bounced back by Mr. Norris. And we're happy to hear it. Let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah, that one's a bit of bad news on it, because I'd like to point out, don't forget that even as this park has bounced back from the Dixie wildfire, our lovely president and Das Führer's administration is trying to sell the National Park Service to loggers and real estate people, because he's real dumb. Thankfully, that's being fought very hard in court by the true caretakers of this land, the Native American nations. Various nations and tribes all across the U.S. are fighting for parkland, even if it's not technically theirs anymore by the U.S. standard. Honestly, if there is something higher up watching down on us, who you think the higher being is going to side with? The people saying, no, preserve the land, preserve the trees, preserve the wildlife, or the guy saying, drill, baby, drill, let's bulldoze it down? Just saying, when talks of maintaining the land come up, this is why I always side native over colonizer. But he's trying to get rid of them, being fought a lot by various, and on both sides for the record, not just Republicans, not just conservatives, not just Democrats. Everybody's trying to keep our national parks where we can because, well, y'all, we didn't get those until damn near the fucking 70s. Not in the current form they were in. There was always land that you couldn't fuck with that was deemed government land, but let's be clear, Area 51 isn't because alien cheeks, it's because they burned nuclear radioactive waste there, trying to figure out how to dispose of nuclear radioactive waste after we experimented with the atom bombs. We needed a place that no one was allowed to go near, so Area 51 was born. That's one of the darker facts of some of the national parks. Now, some of them are just there for pretty sake and for, like, keeping wildlife in check and keeping them taken care of. Those parks also need to be maintained. And Chuck Norris, reporting on The Entertainer, will hopefully get some more people to that particular volcanic park. Let's see. That was basically that in a nutshell. Checking my notes. Yeah, the thing that you can do about that one with the local parks is go visit. Go visit your national parks. If you have a social media presence of any kind, and we all know you do, everyone does. I'm here on YouTube, and occasionally I bounce over on Twitch when YouTube gets finicky. So, I even have a social media presence with my hermit ass. So, I know you've got something. Go visit a national park, any national park. Take pictures, have fun. If you don't have fun, tell them why you didn't have fun. But make them relevant, keep them relevant, because if they fade into darkness, y'all, I mean, do you really want to just live in the suburbs all the time? That's the realtor hell that you'll be living in if the government gets their way. Because it's easy to maintain a bunch of little hamsters in that cage. Bunch of ants in a tank. Pick your reference. Like I said, keep your places alive. Build your buildings like your personalities are. Make things better by making them you. By making them unique. That being said, I'm not condoning tagging because I can't condone tagging stuff. Be good, don't be a social menace, all that, da-da-da, you know how it is. Let's see. Well, that's all the fun-filled news of the day. Let's see what YouTube has for us while we do a little bit more mining and we top off the hour. For the record, this program is brought to you by you for you. Oh, other tiny, teeny weeny thing. I have not heard back from the customer the other day, but we'll probably go ahead and make the jackets anyway. Just make them a different kind of ram themed. And if they want them, we'll customize them back to where they want them. Or they can possibly provide the jacket. They might be one of those, not older types of people, but, you know, older fashioned types that prefers a phone call. And I don't like phone calls, mostly because sometimes my phone breaks and I hear my own voice. Y'all, there's a reason I don't edit these videos most of the time. I don't like my own voice. Surprised, I know, but I don't. When I'm speaking, it's like a hodgepodge of various voices. It's also why it's so hard for me to check my singing, check my tones, all that sort of thing. But I do my best, and you know, we work with what we got, not with what we want. Whew. That was dangerous. that was very dangerous. Let's plug that with a bit of dirt. But yeah, y'all. Above all else, this is just the real unscripted portion. We gotta work together. Nothing will change if we don't work together. And like Mao said, and I don't nearly understand all of it, but I'm learning what I can. All reactionaries are paper tigers. What it basically means is, well, look at them. They have no power minus you. Matt Walsh, for example, constantly tells his people to call into hospitals with bomb threats against children and stuff like that, especially if those hospitals are woke, as he calls them. And he can call for that all he wants. It doesn't, one, we live in a government now where they'll just let that happen, but also, he has no power. He's not going to call in the threat because he's a coward. Don't do what the coward tells you to do. But when someone tells you to do some off-the-wall dangerous shit, look at him and ask, okay, I'll do it right after you. You first. And that's usually the way to get rid of most of the reactionaries from the real ones. Or as a young black singer that I'm starting to fall in love with her music, I need to find her. But I want to give her a proper shout out on here. I just keep finding her in shorts, and I've subscribed, but, you know, when all you watch is her shorts, she bounces around in the list. I'll find her eventually. Either way, she said the line best. Are you a prophet or is you for profit? You'll find out by simply asking, okay, but what are you doing? Okay, but you first. Never follow a leader that won't walk in front. This is currently, and we're about to swap over to Hassan for a hot minute because he's open to let us use anything he's got. This is currently Reese Waters I got. Megyn Kelly came for Jamel Hill and got dragged back to Sephora. Honestly, Megyn Kelly, a broke bitch, it looked like, if I'm getting the names correct. She's just one of the blonde, like, androids that the right's got. I'm sorry, y'all, they've got no personality. Every woman in their sphere is blonde-headed, and they all have the exact red lipstick, blonde hair, and they are very much, well, girls, they're very much the Karen, I don't care vibes, if I'm coming off right with that. And that's not to be mean to them. It's their survival mechanism. It's also why they will inevitably be very sad with their very mid husbands that don't please them sexually, because that just be how it is on the right, y'all. That they saw Al and Peggy Bundy and didn't see a warning. They saw admiration. A thing to, not admiration. They saw a thing to be emulated. You shouldn't look at that and see something to be emulated. You should see a stark warning about, hey, if you get this bad, you've let it go on for way too long. That's it. This will always be a channel promoting, if y'all are upset with each other and y'all hate each other, try working through it. But if you see no light, get a divorce. They're there. People fall in love. Sometimes they fall out of love. Life is short. If you're staying together for the kids, well, that's cool, but make sure it's for the kids and make sure you aren't making it their problem. Okay? That's all I'm saying with that one. Plenty of people I know that were staying together for the kids ended up messing up their kids' idea of love just because of that. Let's go for the red stairs now. Now, see if we can make better red stairs.
When talking about the voter, identifying the politics of a median voter is virtually impossible. Okay? It's just so silly because most people do not subscribe to straight blue dim or straight right-wing Republican voting. Okay? There is more consolidation ideologically within the right as opposed to liberal side of things for sure. But having said that, that is virtually possible to understand what the average American It's very provocative, boundary pushing for laughs, not for fiction. 4chan, the anonymous message board where provocation and irony are the coin in the realm, was apparently one of Jan's favorite haunts. His great humor is where his friends describe opinions on him diverge the most, with some describing it as amusing, but others as great, especially as his online persona bled into real life. I mostly stopped talking to him when he took his 4chan irony stuff into daily interactions, one friend told me. He was becoming unbearable. Once he dropped out of college, he had no obligation to social and was reaching out to you and for oh my lord.
Mm.
You know what's really funny? A lot of mainstream voices, especially on the right, constantly are now trying to point the finger of blame at like nihilism and like political violence and insurrection. So much of what I try to do is snap people out of a wig. Like literally, these people coming here and watching for half a day, they will realize that a big chunk of what I am combating is exactly this. The social isolation that comes from finding yourself within like incel, extremely online, irony poisoned, nihilistic circles that basically put your real life social interaction into the background and your online persona, the guy's saying in image, becomes more and more your real world persona as well. And it causes people around you to go, ew, gross, get the fuck away from me. This is a big part of the reason why I always say cut your grass. This is a big part of the reason why I always say be fucking normal. Okay? I would have to say you're doing a terrible job.
Huh?
That's
Never
unironically
trust your haters.
the most untrue thing you can say. Because there are 8,600 people in here that have found not only a sense of community online, but also have found themselves doing more productive shit in the real world as a direct
Like I said, y'all, the biggest thing I'll say is don't ever just listen to one creator. Don't ever just take what we're doing or what someone else is doing as you doing something. It's not, friends. You've got to go do things yourself. Pick up some litter. Go help out a community event. Go talk to somebody in the community. Just talk to folks. Be nice to folks without hoping that you'll get paid at the end of it. Because remember, anything you do for money, it's already a poisoned well in this country. It's already fake as fuck if you're doing it for money. Now that being said, you gotta cover the light, you know? But at the same time, if you're making art, if you're doing something for a friend, do it for them. Don't do it for promises down the line. Because trust me, especially in this country, if you ever do that purely for that, you will end up disappointed every single time. Whenever I've done something out to kindness, I mean, for example, the other day, not to put nobody on the spot, but my friend and I, he always, he doesn't mind. He's got a fucking doctorate, so he'll be like, hey dude, we can't eat out today, but if he can pay the bill, typically it's just expected. Even when the waitress or waitstaff, hey, okay, so is this bill split? He'll pay the bill. Yesterday, mostly because I got that windfall from the bank and because a couple of my art pieces did sell for modest amounts, but admittedly modest, I'm upcycling artwork here. I'm not going to be getting no fucking $10,000 bananas, but I'll still be, God. You know what? We can make fun of his avant-garde style of just duct taping a banana to the wall, but while I cannot name you the artist that did that, the artist that did that over 10 years ago, and I'm still referencing it. It was art. Stupid art, in my opinion, but art nonetheless. It's like all the people hating on Jackson Pollock. I don't get it. I don't care for it, but it's still... It's like someone saying that, oh, the Beatles are trash. I mean, I don't relate to all the Beatles songs. Quite a few of them get a little too trippy for me. But at the same time, Strawberry Fields Forever, for example, having just said that, one that's super trippy but fun, Jenny in the Sky with Diamonds. I like the Beatles. Now, would I listen to straight Beatles for... no. Fuck no. Fuck no. But, you know, if it's a bad day or it's a good day or I need some silliness in my life, I throw some fun, silly Beatles shit on. Like I said, it's to each their own. We're allowed to be different, y'all. That's part of the fun. But when we start talking about lessers, when we start talking about those, or immigrants being the poisoning the blood of the nation and such, well, now I gotta, like, shut that shit down quick. I gotta be kind of mean about it. But when we're talking about, you know, Star Wars, Star Trek, I'm personally Trek, but I've watched most of Star Wars. I won't be doing it right now because I stand strong with the boycott, and I like seeing capitalists sweat. Y'all, it comes to this little primal evil part of me, I'll admit it, but when the capitalists have let people die, let children die, let horrible things happen in the world, let cures be ignored for money, and then they lose their money, y'all, that's the real drug, y'all. That's the real drug. Seeing evil, godless capitalists get what's coming to them. And I'm not even saying in a violent way. Y'all, I never wanted Brian, I forgot his last name. I never wanted the healthcare CEO dead. I wanted him to experience what his victims experience. It's the same way I feel with most serial killers. If I can't fix it, I would like for them to experience what their victims did so that maybe in that they would learn. It's a last result, it's a stupid result, but at the same time, it's just that primate part of my brain. But if you want true peace in this world, friends, Buddhism teaches that one. Don't seek for the justice like that. Let the justice happen, because nature has a balance. I'm not a proclaimed Buddhist. I'm probably talking out my ass with some of this stuff. Listen to your Buddhist friend. But I do understand a certain degree of peace. I just can't find it. You know what I mean? Because to me, what I do isn't extreme. It isn't... What I do isn't even fucking close. It isn't enough. But it's best I got with what I got, you know? I can't be out here flying the flag of anarchy every single day and fighting hard on every single front. But we still do what we can where we can. And that's all that it is. Most of the cause is, at least, is just do what you can, where you can, when you can. And if you're worried about profits, well, my Ferengi friend, they will come. Because people... We live in a world where people are buying tiny food products for their shoes. For that I mean, next door at Dollar General, they've got a crock bejeweler where you can take and get, and I'm not even knocking it if you're into it. I get it, you're decorating your thing. Make your thing yours. I love it. I wouldn't do it, but I love it for you. Either way. If people are going to spend $5 for a package of 6 smiling chibi tacos and fucking chibi hamburgers, and by chibi I mean it's just like, it's the food item, super cartoony looking like it's on a comic book, with adorable little eyes and a mouth somewhere on it that's smiling. If you're going to spend $8 for that, friends, I just need to get my Patreon to be cheap enough. People will buy anything. My goal isn't to sell anything. My goal is to get y'all to understand where we're at and to try to help you get out of where we're at. Look back to the past not as something to be nostalgic about, but as, okay, those were all of our warning signs. Captain Planet, he was a hero, tried to take pollution straight to zero. Now we're in capitalist hell and we pollute almost 100 times what we used to back then. Captain Planet failed. I'm sorry. We all failed him. But now it's time for new Captain Planets. It's time for new Planeteers. It's time for new people that are willing to do what must be done. And for that, I'm not saying extreme shit. I'm saying pick up the trash. I'm saying do the recycling, sorting where we can. If you can recycle it without taking it to a big-ass factory that'll try to profit from the motive of it, then do that. Compost where we can. Feed the wild around you to get it to grow. Because the green will always accept. It will always adapt and change. For 3 years, I have heard them talk about the Joro spider menace. Everything from burn down the trees to We'll use this poison to, and now, well, this Atlanta resident is using Joro spiders to deal with cockroaches and various other pest species in his apartment complex. Well, this resident is using the Joro spider webbing for this. Well, we're adapting. Because when you scream and yell and piss and anger about it, you eventually adapt. That is the one credit I'll give to Americans that we have that is just kind of insane to me. But we'll adapt to anything. We are like that fucking mold, that fucking slime mold that they have in lab experiments that kind of also disproves consciousness because it will avoid harmful stimulants while seeking sugar and such that allows it to get bigger. We made a blob, y'all. We made a blob. It can run through basic mazes, it can do fun shit, and it's not... I mean, Google it. It's fun. It's a science thing. Don't make one, for fuck's sake, but go Google it. Have fun. But still, we made one. It's neat. And that's sort of like Americans. We will make it. Weird as it may be, we will find a way. The Dust Bowl couldn't beat us. The Great Depression couldn't beat us. The Great Recession couldn't beat us. The housing market collapse couldn't beat us. The fucking webcom bust couldn't beat us. Having to look at the genocide we committed to get here, that couldn't break us. And for the record, that is as soft as it was, y'all. We freaked the fuck out. Oh, it was a white genocide. No, it was literally just, hey, y'all, you're teaching your kids lies. Here's the truth of the matter, historically speaking. Oh, the southern states are just going to throw that away and say propaganda, and the democratic states, okay, cool. It's America. Half of us will be educated, half of us will be completely batshit insane, all of us will have guns. It's a combination made in white man heaven, I suppose. I don't know anymore, y'all. I don't want to doom and gloom. I don't want to doom spiral, and we will not be doom spiraling on this channel today. We have money in the bank. We have a good safety net. We're talking to community and having a lovely dinner this evening that I will come back and talk to y'all about. We're doing good. We're donating books on how to grow and, well, specifically we're donating books on how to do home potting projects, home grows, how to grow your own food. A couple of these are on building garden boxes, and as soon as I get off here in the next 20 minutes or so, then we'll be cutting up some of these coloring books I use, some of the older ones I've got, and I'll be taking the pictures that I haven't used in the past year, putting them in a lovely file folder, and the next time I head by the library, that's getting donated for any kids and or adults that want coloring time. I'm taking a small rendition of my money, and as soon as I catch them on sale, because I try to keep my eyes out for them, I'm going to be catching me some Sharpies and some colored pencils and some crowns even possibly, and giving those to the library where I can. Because that's the only place I know to take it. I don't trust the churches. If you trust a church, good for you. I'm not knocking it, I'm just saying. The library seems to be the hub of, if I take it, they'll find a use for it. I don't take them garbage, but anything that I can bring them to help boost the creativity, any art supplies, any books on gaming. Hell, if the price had been right at Ollie's, sadly it wasn't, not their fault, it's a very good discount store, I would have been buying a pack of one of those weird little card games. It looked like it was trying to be Clue meets Uno, but either way, I would have been taking that up to the library because I know the library does a game night for community. Y'all, anything you can do, no wrong answers here, y'all. And don't, like I said, this ain't a cry for me getting money. I'm good. I'm solid right now. What I'm saying is, to your library, to your museum, to your local national park, go, help, touch grass, talk to folks. I mean, so long as it's not a nationalist socialist party, y'all know what I'm saying. So long as it's not that, muy bien, go, commune, find people. Because y'all, this thing that we do here, this thing on the internet we do, it's bad medicine. It's got good chances, it's got good potential. But at the end of the day, I'm genuinely terrified at this point, as my great-grandmother would call it. She would just say it's bad medicine. Don't do it. Now, I'm a child of the .com age. I'm in it. I'm in it, y'all. For anyone watching this channel, you probably in it too. But I'm saying, you gotta make connections outside of this. Because, yeah, y'all, this place is not a good place. This ain't no place for no hero. This certainly ain't no place for no better man. This ain't no place for no hero to call home. This might be, hell, this would be a fabulous thing to find in the apocalypse, I think. Getting safety railed out real good. Getting a lighting. Here soon we'll get food going. In 70 days without a bed, my character would be dead by now.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Quite interesting. The parent politics didn't matter with Tyler Robinson, but now the parent politics is the most important part. Let me tell you, okay, we really got to figure out what the parents believe. Not actually what Tyler Robinson's parents believe. Do not. That is irrelevant.
Excuse me. Sorry about that, y'all. I ate real good yesterday, y'all. Real good. We visited a lot of places. It was nice. By a lot of places, I mean 2 restaurants, but still, it was real nice to see the people that we know again. Honestly, if I didn't know that we've got some people, yeah, I'll give a proper shout out in proper time. I don't want to bring any hotness to the very good restaurant I enjoy above all the other Hispanic cookeries here in Cartersville. A true culinary gem hidden away. And they remodeled recently, well, at least ours in Cartersville remodeled recently. I have mixed feelings, but I'm not knocking it. It is lovely. And they needed a slight remodel in places. A lot of stores need them. This store actually was willing to do it. I'll point out the store that I miss and I used to love, the store that sold me out to the fascists. They still haven't fixed that back fucking door. I'm willing to bet that grease machine still ain't fucking fixed to filter the grease yet. Check your chicken and other things when you get it, I bet that's still burnt grease. And for the record, I am not calling out the store owner there. That is strictly corporation's fault there. Because they have a bunch of people that ain't doing any mechanic or engineering work. And the ones that are doing it are so hard-pressed between 100 stores that won't get repaired until they burn down. Like I said, y'all, I can shit-talk about them a little bit. I've been checking. I need to be cautious not to say anything too defamatory. But I got pictures for what I'm saying, for the things I'm saying at least. And the other part is I don't need pictures because I'll tell you, go, eat at one. Go, check. Take pictures. Put that shit on the internet. Understand the workers are doing their very best, but the workers can only do so much when the corporation's more worried about the profits going into their pocket over the workers having to actually work. And long ago, the corporation stopped giving a single tiddly fuck about you customers at all. Sorry to be the one to tell you if this is news, but the last time I think a corporation genuinely gave a single fuck about a customer was 80s, 70s maybe. It was before the internet age. Once we got the internet, y'all, I'm sorry, you are who? Hell. Like I said, if it weren't for them brigading my place of business, corporate would have said, who? Fuck you, I don't care. The only reason they cared was because they got like 3 or 4 people to go yell at an old woman until she almost cried. And that's, again, that's the people that are against me. All that's, like I said, judge me when I die by, and I don't plan on dying anytime soon, caveating that real good, but judge me when I die by those who loved me and those who hated me. Those who love me take care of animals. They try to do their best everywhere they go. Those that hated me, well, we don't really see them much around these parts, do we? because they're too lazy to get past the block. They just want me to unblock them. They'll send their little servants and their little friends in every now and again to, hey, you should bring him back, I miss him. But they'll never, like, go through the process, because laziness is inevitably part of fascism, too. It's sort of like how most of the people that are very, 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 very anti-abortion, if you look at them, they're built like thumbs. George Carlin said it years ago, and it's still true this day. Why is it most of the people that are strongly opposed to women having rights are the type of people you wouldn't want to fuck to begin with? Well, we left them alone, and now they're lonely, incel, and angry. And yeah, I would love to bring them in out the cold, y'all, but... Okay, little Timmy, let's bring you in out the cold. Okay, little Ryan, let's go ahead and let you back in. Well, blacks are a lesser race, and I like shit in my hair. Okay, maybe it's time for you to go back outside and play for a bit. Clearly you can't be in good company. You need to go and commune with the dirt and the worms some more. Go commune with the bugs and whatever else you choose to smash because you're feeling angry that day. Like I said, y'all, I would love to bring every Republican in out the cold and give him a bowl of soup and, hey, bud, yeah, you said some crazy shit, didn't you? Let's try to fix those bridges now, shall we? Got a lot of work to do. But they'll never do it because they fear work. And the only time a Republican's willing to even talk to the left is if we're willing to ignore all of the things they've done in the past, aka look at the last election cycle. That's why we can't it's why we can't, y'all. I'm not saying be mean, I'm saying be firm. When they tell you, oh, well, homeless people choose to be that way. Look them dead in the eye and, okay, name me 3 that wanted that. Name me 3 people you have spoken to by name that said, no, I want to live, I want this in my life. They'll start to feel, well, no, you said it, say it, champ, say it. Like I said, am I saying that you'll make the best friends in the world? No. But the friends you have know where they stand. And they'll be good people. Because, hell, I had to correct a dear friend, and I made no bluff of it when, well, I mean, I don't like it when they're everywhere. I'm worried about them. Worried about the homeless, the unhoused, the people that you can literally murder, and most of America's just going to, oh, well. Then you're scared of them? Well, Jesus Christ, what's that say about you? Do you also smash bugs because you're scared of them? Well, maybe. Does that make me a bad person? Yes. Yes, it does, honey. Work on that. That's a you. I mean, maybe I'm extreme in the sense of I don't think things deserve to die because they inconvenience me. But I'm the crazy violent one, y'all. That's it. We live in a wild, wild world. It's the same reason why I'll take the very brave stance. Vegans don't get too fucking comfortable here, but I'll take the very brave stance. If you're a vegan, you are better than me. Like, morally speaking, you are better than me, period. You have looked at something and said, nah, I'll take the hardest route I can, but no one's gonna die so that I can live. Holy fuck, okay. That's respectable, that's commendable. Now, am I gonna stop? No. But am I gonna do the constant vegan bashing you see from a lot of assholes? No, because what they're doing is moral, even if I can't do it. I think a lot of what people's problem is they see something and they see that it's the moral thing. They see that is the right thing, but they could never ever hope to do it. It's like how when I took care of Dad for all those years, and I watched the downfall of the smartest man I've ever known into a, sorry to be rude about it, but it happens, a drooling idiot. I love him, and I loved him up until the time he died. But he went from a man who could tell me every vehicle he had ever driven down to the engine type. Yes, he probably had mental issues, but he was obsessive over his vehicles, over how he served the community. He wouldn't go into detail about it unless you pressed him and he knew you weren't recording him, but the things that he did for you, Harley Lodge, as far as like money management, guarding the door, nothing nefarious, very boring, tedious, litigious stuff. But he was proud of it, you know? to a man that I literally had to explain why poop went in the toilet. A man that I had to, hey Dad, it's been a day, let's go get you, I don't want a shower. I know, bud, but come on, we need to get you a shower though. And years of that level of gentleness, that level of, oh my God, what is happening to you, Dad? And just being told by doctor after doctor, I mean, he's doing good, this is great for his, you're doing a good job. And just watching my good job mean nothing. Nothing. But you know what? I can say that up until the end, and I can say it proudly. He wasn't afraid. He wasn't alone. And when he died, he passed peacefully. In a hospital. And it wasn't the best experience for my mental health, I'm sure. But I served. And I did what I needed to do. And I can say that with pride. But most people that I talk to, especially if I get into the dirt of, if I get into the nit and grit of it, oh dude, how the fuck did you, how? I could never. Nah dude, when my dad starts going, old folks on immediately, sorry. And I would never judge anyone for that, because like I said, I'll never be the same man that came back to Georgia. But I do feel that I'm a better man for what I did and what I did to serve my family, if you will. Because again, it's just shameful that a man that was that important passed away. I mean, don't get me wrong, he had a full Mason's funeral. He had a full, or Masonic funeral. He had a full military send-off. And that meant something to the dead man in the box. To me, I was still numb at the time because I was a towboater. Yeah, you were. That was 5 years ago. I can't do that anymore. What do I do now? And so I immediately, first thing I did, well, I cooked for him every day. I'll go cook. And y'all, for the first time since I went back to the workforce, I want to cook in my own house again. I'm genuinely looking forward to when we hit up H Mart today, possibly, or when we go to an actual store with food, like good food in it. I'm going to try some recipes out of this fucking elf book I just bought from Ollie's. I'm going to try some recipes out of the old book of Skyrim recipes. Y'all, I'm falling in love again with cooking, with life again. So in that sense, I mean, truthfully, from the bottom of my heart, Ryan, thank you for getting me fired from my job. I hate the way you did it. Fuck you for that. I got no respect for that. But thanks, man. You did me a solid there. I'm not bringing you back on the channel because, you know, you're the slurriest, slurry motherfucker. But I will say, hey, you tried to be a jackass, but you were actually a friend. Thanks for that. We'll get that auto-tuned up. We'll totally give it the Katy Perry treatment. I just got to figure out how to edit. Maybe I'll talk to some folks at dinner about that one, because some of them do have editing as a job and passion. If they're into it. Like I said, it's also going to be a fun dinner with friends. Maybe no business at the table. I don't know. I'm just eager to... Y'all, I'm getting to go out and eat with folks. Like a real person. Not like they're serving them on platters, but like a real person getting to eat with folks again. It's quite the experience. It's quite the experience. But yeah, y'all. And that's what I'd recommend for y'all. If you can't go to... I don't know where we're going. It's going to be an adventure for me. But if you can't go to a fancy restaurant, that doesn't matter. Bring the fancy restaurant home. Cook something. Get your friends together, and each of you surely has a skill amongst you. Get your friends together. Make a meal. Each of you, pick something that you like, individual. That would be my advice. If you can't really afford to go to a fancy fuck restaurant or anything like that, each of you, get something that you used to eat as a kid, that you either made yourself, or that your ma or your gran, or something you know how to make because it is home. Get something like that. And get you a group of friends. Real friends. Fucking pals. Besties. Get your friends together. Have you a night. And for a night at least, celebrate. Because no matter what tomorrow brings in this fucked world, and it's a fucked world, y'all. No matter what tomorrow brings, look at the past and understand that we have come from far worse. And we will see a brighter dawn. The day, the hour, the moment we start working together, fam. And that's what I want to be here for. Yeah, I'm a loudmouth. Yeah, I'm a jackass. Welcome to the party. That's who I am. But I'm also doing my best to be that voice of reason in an unreasonable world. The guy that tells you to stand on your morals. When they're actual morals, for the record. I stand up for the people around you need standing up for. Don't stand up for political pundits that wouldn't give a shit about you. And understand that if you have a funeral one day, as we all may one day have a funeral, we all will die, but one day we may all have a funeral. Have a funeral where your friends and loved ones show up. Not where a bunch of random political jackasses show up and most of your family ain't even allowed on the ticket. Y'all, those who need to know who I'm referencing there. Just be a good person. Because if you're a good person, yeah, you'll die. We all die. But you'll be remembered. Lovingly. Not just as a stunt. Not just as a, oh, look who that. No. Literally. That there were people when Martin Luther King was killed, murdered by the FBI, that legitimately, when they heard the news, broke down. Because to them, a father figure, a man of the people had died. And yeah, some bigots celebrated. Charlie Kirk, if he had been alive, would have been one of those bigots. But more mourned than celebrated. And we can say that Charlie Kirk did not get that same treatment because he did not deserve it. Don't compare hate speakers to people that you don't know the words of. That's all I'm saying on that one, y'all. Because I'm sorry, but that one particularly rubbed me wrong when people was trying to do it, because you can compare them to other public speakers. Shit, you can compare them, and I disagree, but you can compare them to people like at the trial of the Chicago 7. But not the head of the Black Panther Party. The man was a bigot who spoke nothing but hatred and vileness towards black folks. And you comparing him to one of the greats? Fuck you, frankly. But outside of that, man is dead. Let's leave him in the grave, shall we? Outside of that, I hope y'all have a good day. Remember, we have to live through every day. Do something today to make it worth living for. Help someone out. Be nice to someone. And make some art if you can. Plant a plant. Leave something worth leaving behind, because we all leave one day, friends. Hopefully it won't be 2 days, though, right? I hope to see you all tomorrow. I hope to do more than one video. Hopefully we'll come back for some Soul Calibur here in a little bit, but I got a bit of cleaning to do before we do our dinner, and I got a little bit of like pet tending to do. Got to feed them, take them outside, all that. And I don't know if I'll be back before we have to head out. But if I'm not, I will see y'all tomorrow. If I come back, we'll be doing Soul Calibur, because we still have a few storylines to complete in that particular Symphony of Souls. But we'll come back with that if we can. If not, we'll do a Minecraft wind-up tomorrow. and hopefully come back for Soul Calibur then. Eventually, some point, sometime this week, I'll be getting some time. If I end up sticking around because I gotta do cleaning while David goes to get his hair cut, rather than doing like man on the street, because I'm still debating on that one. Again, I just don't want to be a gotcha farmer, you know. But we'll figure something out either way. We'll do something to entertain y'all. And as soon as I can get more short content coming out, believe me, friends, there'll be a flood of shorts when I get them. I'm doing lots of artwork still. I'm taking snapshots and stills. YouTube is trying to demand videos at the moment. And I'm working on figuring that part out. It's just a new thing to figure out is all. And we shall, because we shall always overcome. I appreciate y'all being here. As always, by you, for you. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And let me come back in here. And we will see y'all on the next one. Be good, friends. Oh, that's an ultra close up. Oh. See, this is exactly why we don't do that scene in unknown areas. That would have been real bad if I had dropped much further. Let's get to the proper sign-off point. Shall we do this properly? There we go. Nice, safe. Isn't it pretty? Alright, gentlemen, ladies, and everyone else, y'all be good. Have a wonderful day. Be safe out there. And remember, it's okay to hate on fascists, because you can't change how you are, who you were born as, or who you love. You can change your political party. That's all it takes to not be a fascist. Y'all be good. Endure and survive. Love y'all. Bye now.